In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Wednesday, March 26th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our March 26th NBA bet slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetSD. Also, don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel at 9.74 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now checking in on the Patreon. If you guys did not sign up, I put out a message yesterday that I was going to put out a video, but I encourage you to sign up for the Patreon, and you missed out on a very, very profitable night. We gave out this community parlay, just simple here, plus 175, Piston, Knicks, Rockets, Cavaliers, that cash. We had the Knicks to cover, and we had the Pistons to cover. That's why we put that together there. That was two of the main plays, and I had a big upset, and I told everyone here, we're going to take Miami. We took Miami plus 5.5, and we took Miami on the money line. So the only two bad plays that we had yesterday were the Hornets to cover and the Kings to cover, and they did not. But everything else came through. We had the Knicks, we had the Pistons, we had the Rockets, Cavs, Heat. Phenomenal night on Patreon. If you guys want to sign up and join the community, you click on the link provided down below. Get connected. Don't miss out. We got March Madness coming up on Thursday as well. And we have the futures for March Madness and the NBA Finals futures for March Madness. That's all in the link provided down below. Click on it, get signed up, and don't miss out. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In Wells Fargo Center here, we have the Philadelphia 76ers 23-49 going up against the Washington Wizards 15-56. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, ugly game. 76ers home favorites minus 150 with the comeback of the Wizards at a plus 125. Point spread at a 2.5. Total points at 230.5. Public bet percentage here, 78% of the bets, 69% of the money on the side of Philadelphia. And for the point spread, 60% of the bets, 64% of the money on Philly to cover. And for the total points, 56% of the bets, 54% of the money towards the under. So it's very public and sharps on the under in this game of 230 points. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, obviously it's going to be a laundry list here since these are two of the lesser healthy teams in the NBA. Washington Wizards, Marcus Smart out, Chris Middleton out, Tyshawn George out, Sadiq Bey out. Malcolm Brogdon is a game time decision. That could be a positive there to go alongside Jordan Poole and Alex Sarr. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Lonnie Walker's out, Kyle Lowry's out, Andre Drummond's out, Tyrese Maxey's out, Kelly Oubre's out. So they're really starting a bunch of G League guys and Quentin Grimes. Looking at the total in this, I'm going to disagree on the total. I think it goes over 230. I know people are looking at the previous game. It was 103, 109, but these are two teams that play absolutely no defense. And in their last 6 games, they've gone over this total in 4 out of the last 6 games, okay? And the majority of the season, they've been injured, all right? And they're still putting up 120 points. So the guys that they're putting in, they're playing up an up-tempo speed, is increasing the possessions, and that's why all these scores are 132, 119, 128, 120, 128 to 112. They're all overs, all right? So give me the over on the 230. We're going to go against the grain on that one, and I'm going to be leaning towards the Wizards. I'll take The Wizards plus 2.5. I think they have the more talented team, especially with Jordan Poole on the other side compared to what the Philadelphia 76ers are putting on the court. In Gainbridge Fieldhouse here, we have the Indiana Pacers 42-29 going up against the LA Lakers 43-28. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Lakers as road favorites minus 125 on the money line with the comeback of the Pacers at a plus 105. Point spread at a 1.5. Total points at 235.5. Public bet percentage here. Lakers, 64% of the bets, 76% of the money. For the point spread, Lakers, 62% of the bets, 63% of the money for them to cover. And for the total points, 72% of the bets, 73% of the money towards the over 235.5. Looking at the injury report here, LA Lakers are finally healthy, as we've seen in the last two games. Right now, it says Rui Hachimura's game time decision, LeBron James a game time decision, and Maxi Kleber is out. For the Pacers, Isaiah Jackson is out for the year. All right, and these two teams have already played, and the Lakers won that first matchup. All right, 117-124. We have the current total at 235, so they went over the total in that first matchup here. And these two teams, Lakers are trying to get back into their groove since they just got back. LeBron James and all their guys are healthy now. They've lost the last 3 games to Milwaukee, Chicago, and Orlando. For the Pacers, they've been red hot right now. They're currently on a 5-game winning streak, beating up on Minnesota twice, beating up on Brooklyn twice, and Dallas. All right, so we'll give them credit for the Minnesota wins, but Brooklyn, and Dallas, those were some very easier games here. And the Lakers are trying to get back on the right track. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting match. They priced this pretty evenly. If we're looking at the total of 235.5, so far in the last 6 games, they've gone, let's see, they've gone under, over, under, and over. So it's 4 unders to 2 overs in the last 6 matchups, and that's going to be the key in this game for the Lakers to win. This, they can't be in an up race down type of game environment with the Pacers. Even though they're on the road in Indiana, they're going to have to bring the defense. That's what's been not carrying the Lakers, but it's been their calling card. Even before they got Luka Doncic, they were a top 5 defense in the NBA before Luka Doncic, if you remember. And that's what's going to have to show in this game on the road. It can't be 146 points against Chicago, 118 to Orlando. Orlando can't score. The fact they scored 118 was alarming in there. So we're looking for a better effort here. This is the 3rd game with LeBron. So hopefully the 3rd game is the one that's going to trend correctly for the Lakers. And this is the most even line that we get. So give me the Lakers on the money line. For the total, I'm going to go under the total. We're going to go against the grain again with the public here, under 235.5. We've seen this under hit 4 out of the last 6 times as well. In Barclays Center here, we have the Brooklyn Nets 23-49 going against the Toronto Raptors 25-47. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, Nets are home favorites minus 125 with the comeback of the Raptors at a plus 105. Point spread is tight there at a 1.5, and the total points is at 214.5. Public bet percentage here, 58% of the bets, 80% of the money coming in on Brooklyn. For the point spread, we have 52% of the bets on the side of Toronto, and then we have 61% of the money on the side of Brooklyn. So it's looking like the public is on Toronto and the sharps are on the Brooklyn Nets, the home team. All right, total points here, 80% of the bets, 77% of the money towards the over 214.5. Looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, starting things off with the Raptors, Chris Boucher is out, Grady Dick is out, Emmanuel Quickley is out, Jakob Poeltl's out, Brandon Ingram's out. So there's a lot of key guys out for the Raptors here. Center and both guards here for the Raptors, and backup power forward as well. Brooklyn Nets, Cam Johnson out, and Day'Ron Sharpe is out. Cam Thomas is out for the year. All right, so both of these teams are putting up a very mediocre lineup out on the court. If you're just looking at RotoWire here, Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett. So that's their number 1-2 punch here for Toronto, and a cast of characters around them. For the Nets, we have D'Angelo Russell, Nick Claxton as well, and then Zaire Williams. Trent Watford has been stepping up as well. So both of these teams not putting their A lineups on the court. We've seen the regular season matchup here, 1-1 right now. Brooklyn Nets won the first one. Toronto won the second one. The first game went under the total. The second game went over the total. For this particular game here, if we're looking at the last 6 matchups, they've gone under 214.5 in 4 out of the last 6 matchups here. We're talking about 2 lesser lineups here. The Brooklyn Nets tend to play at a slower pace and lower tempo as well. As you see, even the up-tempo games against Indiana, Boston, who shoots a lot of threes, they were able to hold them in check in those type of games. Brooklyn Nets, especially at home, they play solid defense. Okay, so I'm going to be going towards the under yet again in this matchup here. I don't think the Toronto Raptors is going to up-tempo the Brooklyn Nets and get them out to their game. I think it's going to be pretty even across the board. I might even say the Nets will control the tempo in this game. So give me the under 214.5. And for the winner, I'll take the Nets at home on the money line. All right. I'm going to be backing up the Sharps here. Not saying I like how they've been playing. Both of these teams have been playing horribly. 4 out of the last 5 games have been losses on both sides. I think the Nets at home are going to be the better bet in this particular spot here. Raptors have struggled all year long on the road. That's why they're 9-26 on the road. So give me the Brooklyn Nets on the money line and the under 214.5. In Madison Square Garden here, we have the New York Knicks 45-26 going against the LA Clippers 40-31. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have the Clippers as road favorites, -145 on the money line, with the comeback of the Knicks at a +120, point spread at a 2.5, total points at 217.5. Public bet percentage 68% of the bet, 72% of the money all over the Clippers. For the point spread, 67% of the bet, 74% of the money on the Clippers to cover. And for the total, we have 66% of the bet, 67% of the money towards the over 217.5. All right, looking at the injury report here, James Harden is going to be a game time decision. Jordan Miller is out, and Seth Lundy is a game time decision. But preferably, this Clippers team is fully healthy. And when you have Harden and Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell, this is a very dangerous team. New York Knicks, this is the second game of back-to-back. They just blew out the Dallas Mavericks by 15 points. And looking at the injury report, Mitchell Robinson's game time decision. Miles McBride is out. Jalen Brunson's out. And Ariel Hockporty, the rookie center, is out as well. So it's looking like the Knicks are down 2 point guards here. So they're going to be looking at their third string point guard in this game going up against the Clippers. Okay, so these two teams have already played earlier in the a couple weeks ago in March 7th in LA, and that was a 10-point win by the Clippers in that game. That went under the total. That was a very low scoring environment here. The X factor in this game here is the Knicks on the second game of back-to-back. They haven't fared well at all on games with no rest. They're literally the worst team in the league. Well, second to worst. They hit at an 18% clip. All right, 2-9 against the spread with no rest, and that's because of their coach. All right, Tom Thibodeau playing these guys the amount of minutes that they do, 36 plus minutes, 40 plus minutes, that he really doesn't go deep into the bench. And it really shows on back-to-backs, all right? 2-9 against the spread. And then on the defense as well, over-unders on no rest, it tends to go over at an 82% clip, all right? These teams, their starting 5 is tired. They're playing multiple minutes. It's going to allow easier buckets, and that's why the overs tends to go over in the second game, because they are tired. So this one here is clear cut to me. Give me the Clippers on the money line, and give me the over on 217.5 in this particular matchup between the Clippers and the Knicks. I'm going to be sticking with James Harden and with Kawhi Leonard and the healthy Clippers in this one. In this spot here, Ball Arena, Denver Nuggets 45-28 and Milwaukee Bucks 40-31. Looking at the current odds for this game here, we have the Nuggets as home favorites -5.5, with the comeback of the Bucks at a +165, point spread at a 5.5, and the total points at 225.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 75% of the bet, 76% of the money all over the Denver Nuggets at home. For the point spread, 54% of the bets, 71% of the money here all over Denver to cover. And then for the total points, 88% of the bets, 87% of the money towards the over 225.5. All right. So we just got horrible news here about Milwaukee Bucks point guard Damian Lillard. He's going to be out for the rest of the season here with that blood clot that he has. So it's probably the end of the year for him. He's going to be out of this game, and that's why you see the majority of the percentages here heavily on the side of the Denver Nuggets, even though they've been without Damian Lillard for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a game time decision. He's most likely going to play. Jericho Sims is out, and Bobby Portis is out. Denver Nuggets, we have Christian Braun, game time decision. Nikola Jokic might be back, game time decision. Aaron Gordon, game time decision. Julian Strather out, and then Deron Holmes is out for the year. All right. So looking at these two teams, very up and down on both sides, especially for the Nuggets as well. Okay, so for the Nuggets, losing 3 out of the last 5 games, very uncharacteristic losses, especially at home, losing to Chicago. They lost to Portland in a blowout, and then they lost to the LA Lakers. Their Bucks have been up and down all year. Without Damian Lillard now, they've been playing without him, but they had some tough losses. They faced some very good teams here. OKC, they lost to. Golden State, they lost to. And then Phoenix, somehow they've been having a little bit of a resurgence the past week and a half as well for the Phoenix Suns. In this game, I'm telling you, the public is going to be all over the Denver Nuggets, all right? I'm telling you to be all over the Milwaukee Bucks in this spot. I think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to come out fighting, despite the fact that they got the confirmation on Damian Lillard being out for an extended period of time. They're going to be coming out here and playing very well. This is a spot where Giannis tends to shine as well, and they have a mismatch that they can exploit down low. Give me the Bucks with the +5.5 as a very sneaky underdog team here. Bucks +5.5, and for the total, I think that this is going to go over as well. Give me the over 225.5. It's been split down the middle with the over-under in the last 6 matchups, 3-3. But the Denver Nuggets have not been playing very good defense all year. This is their worst defensive team that they had in a lot of years here. Definitely opposite of what their championship team put forth. So give me the Bucks +5.5 and the under 225.5, and that's going to be our selections for the Wednesday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that. Also, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, get connected, get ready for March Madness, this last stretch run, and get ready for baseball as well. So click on that link provided down below. You're getting full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.